If you have been considering on moving to Pompano Beach and you're not too sure about it, today's video is going to be the video that unfolds everything for you. You see, when most people move here to South Florida, they either move south to Fort Lauderdale or go up north to Boca Raton. But in between those two cities, Pompano Beach is right there. And for some reason, a lot of people skip over it. What's going on, Noah? My name is Noel Figueroa. I'm a real estate agent here in South Florida, and I have helped countless of buyers and sellers, whether they're locally or relocating to areas such as Pompano Beach, Delray, Boca, Fort Lauderdale, and many other areas. Now, before we jump into today's video, I want you to understand something. Pompano Beach was not a hot city 5-6 years ago. Now it's going through a massive transformation. Even better, as I'm creating this video today, they just got approved for a $2 billion complete makeover throughout the whole city. But like I said, 5 to 6 years ago, it was not even talked about. Now it's one of the most searchable cities a lot of people are looking to relocate to. With that being said, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing why, starting off with the pros and then finishing off with the cons to living in that area. That way, by the end of the day, you get to make that ultimate decision if this is the right city for you. Let's start with the first thing on a lot of people's mind, affordability. You see, I'm pretty sure you're doing the math, especially if you're coming from New York, California, Jersey, Texas. This is the number one thing. Can I afford to live here? And the answer is yes. A lot of people don't really know this, but you can still get single family homes for $400,000 to $500,000 in a good area, even some new developments. A perfect example, a buddy of mine I helped about a year ago sell his townhome, which is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1-car garage, fully brand new townhome and renovated from head to toe. You could have got that for as little as $400,000 entering when he first bought it, and we ended up selling it for $520,000. Now, that's just one of the properties, and that's part of one of the new developments that's happening. They're going to be creating more single family homes, townhomes, condos as well. And what about for those that aren't looking for, let's say, the $400,000 to $500,000, but want new development, want to be on the beach? One of the hottest projects coming out this year, hopefully, or in the year future, because it's been pushed back little by little, it's the Ritz-Carlton. Right there on the beach is going to be one of the newest developments that's just driving international buyers, but as well as snowbirds that are looking for a second home. So Pompano Beach already, affordability is already starting off hot for those that are looking in the lowest price point versus those that want to be a little bit more on the higher price point when it comes to luxury or just a secondary home. Now, here's the second reason why people move to Pompano Beach: location. We hear it all the time in real estate: location, 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 and this couldn't be further from the truth. You see, you're right in the middle of the two major cities that a lot of people visit all the time: Fort Lauderdale and Boca Raton. You're less than 20 minutes away from Fort Lauderdale Airport, Las Olas. If you want to go up north to Boca Town Center, you're about 20 minutes away. And Atlantic Avenue is one strip down. I personally, myself, I live in Coral Springs. So I'm at the very end of Coral Springs, and Pompano Beach is at the very end. It's only a 25-minute drive taking Atlantic Avenue straight down for where I am at. And this is good because I'm not, no, don't put personal information out. Now, number 2 on this list, location. We hear it all the time in real estate: location, location, location. And this area couldn't be further from the truth. You see, you're right in the middle of everything. If you're someone that likes to go to Fort Lauderdale or has friends and family that visits Fort Lauderdale a lot, you're less than 20 minutes away from Las Olas, Fort Lauderdale Airport, Fort Lauderdale Beach. But what about if you have friends and family up in Boca near the town center? You're less than 20 minutes away as well. You see, you have Atlantic Avenue, which drives all the way down the west of South Florida, such as Coral Springs, Coconut Creek, Parkland. But then, like I said, you're in the middle. So if you want to go north to Boca, Delray, you're less than 20 minutes away. If you want to head southbound to Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, Miami, you're less than 20 minutes away. And you see, that's a good thing for a lot of people because, once again, the location's so prime. You have that option to go either way, whether you're have kids that are in school or you work in these areas such as Fort Lauderdale, Boca, this is an area you want to be at. Number three on the list, and this is pretty obvious, it has beaches and the lifestyle. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people just think because it's called Pompano Beach that they may or might not be a beach if you don't know this area. But there's actual beaches here, and it's one of the best beaches that me and my family go to, my friends go to, as well as a lot of locals come here as well. You see, it's not crowded like if you go to Fort Lauderdale or Hollywood Beach. And think about it, you get to live in this area for a premium without paying those beachfront property prices like you would do in Fort Lauderdale, as an example, by Coral Ridge or Gatmau. So you get to have that lifestyle as well as you get to have a property that's similar but less expensive and less crowded. And here's the good thing, a lot of people that don't know, you have endless restaurants and shopping places near the water. So if you're someone that loves to be near the water, loves to fish because it is known for fishing, you're right there on the intercoastal. And it's called the heart of Gold Coast for a reason. So if you're someone that's into this lifestyle as well as fishing with lower prices, this is an area just for you. And last on the list, new development and a complete makeover. You see, moving here in 2016 from New York, it's not what it is today 10 years later. I've seen a lot of changes. Doesn't matter if I was just going to my favorite restaurants such as Baja Cafe or going to the beach. I've seen a lot of development happen, and I'm proud to say that it is getting better and better as time progresses. You got new restaurants coming to the field. You got new shopping areas, new development, whether it's a new townhome, for example, or new condo high rise. You have all that happening. And with the new $2 billion complete makeover they're going to do coming soon, this is going to be a game changer for a lot of those people that want something fresh and new. And like I mentioned, you could get all this at a lower price point before prices start to rise or increase as time progresses on. And once again, you're in the middle of Boca and Fort Lauderdale. So to get something fresh and new, why not? Real quick, guys, if you're enjoying today's video so far and you want to learn more about South Florida, whether you're looking to move here in 9 days or 90 days, make sure to comment below or click the link in the description and I will send you my free relocation guide. Without further ado, let's get back to the video. Now, let's keep it real. Neighborhood inconsistency. You see, a lot of people make this mistake when moving here to Pompano Beach. They think all neighborhoods are the same. There's a huge difference between living west of Dixie Highway as an example versus living on east of Dixie Highway as an example. When I moved down here 10 years ago in 2016, I would never forget, this is how I was introduced to Pompano Beach. I was living right on Federal Highway, which is the main strip of everything. And if you go to the corner of the block that I was living on, which I don't remember that street at the time, the neighborhoods look sketchy. It's all single family homes, but it looks sketchy. Now, like I mentioned, times has changed. You know, since 10 years ago, I was over there about a month ago for a listed appointment. The neighborhood is completely different at this point. But you see, you don't really know what you get until you're actually here. And this is why having a professional real estate agent who actually sells in that area and knows the area can help guide you on which area is good for your lifestyle and budget and which areas you might want to avoid if it doesn't fit your lifestyle and budget as well. Now, con number two when living in Pompano Beach, insurance cost. Now, remember, you're living near the water. The closer you are to the water, the higher your insurance starts to become. You not only have to take a consideration of home insurance, you need to take consideration of flood insurance. And that is the number one killer for a lot of buyers, especially FHA buyers, because they simply just can't afford the monthly payments because they live near the water. You're near the intercoastal, meaning you're surrounded by water. And the closer you are to the beach, this is where it becomes very tricky for those families that want to buy their first home there. And also take consideration, even if you're buying a condo, your HOA fees might be a little bit higher as well. So when moving down here, here's my best recommendation. Obviously, besides just giving me a call to help you out, You want to make sure you do your due diligence, whether it's a referral from a realtor or doing your own research. What is the actual cost of home insurance and flood insurance when living in a certain area? That way, when you speak to a mortgage lender, you know how to factor that into your payment, and it doesn't come as a surprise bill when you get hit with that first bill. God forbid something happens, you don't have the money to cover yourself. So remember, home insurance and flood insurance, you must have to factor in and do due diligence before making a move on any property here. Now, con number 3 on this list, traffic. I had mentioned you're in a prime location. You're right in the middle of Boca and Fort Lauderdale. And it's true, you're less than 20 minutes away from everything. But what happens if you have a 9 to 5 or someone that works 10 to 6? When I used to work in the airlines, those were my times. I used to have a morning shift, and then I used to have somewhat of an evening shift where I had to be at work at 5 o'clock. And let me tell you something, anything after 3:30 to 6:30, you're in traffic. If you have to take the 95 from Fort Lauderdale heading up north to Pompano, or you're in Boca heading down south to Pompano, you will be in traffic for about 45 minutes. And that 15-20 minute traffic ride on the 95 could be a game changer for you. Or what happens if you're someone that works in Miami? Now you're looking about an hour and 10-minute drive. So even though you're in a good location, if you're locally, fine. But if you have to take the 95 as a perfect example, or even if you have to take South Ocean Drive, which is local, you are going to experience some traffic, and that 20-minute drive could take up to 45 to an hour drive. And finally on this list, con number 4, it is still transitioning. You see, like I mentioned, they just got approved for $2 billion to do a complete makeover in Pompano Beach. And that's why home prices are so affordable or attractive. But once again, there are certain areas that you still don't feel comfortable moving forward or just still unsure. And that's perfectly fine because it is still in that transitioning phase. It's not completed like Weston is or Boca, how you know as soon as you get in there, this is the place I want to be in. This is my home. It's still transitioning. And like I said, 10 years ago, it was way different from what it is today. And it's still progressing as time moves on. So there's always a trade off when looking at any other city. But just keep that in mind. It is changing for the best version it could be. Is it there yet? No. Will it be there? Eventually. So eventually, who is Pompano Beach really for? Let's break it down to these 4 categories. If you're a first-time home buyer and want to live near the beach without the expensive beach prices such as Miami or Fort Lauderdale, this might be the area for you. What about investors? I have a lot of investors that own property on the beach and a little bit away from the beach in distance, but this is still a good place to invest as well because home prices are not extremely high, so you could get a good return on your investment. Now, if you're looking for something more polished, like Boca, Fort Lauderdale, or even the nightlife, really Pompano Beach is not that area. It's really not. So I would have recommended if that's what you're looking for. But ultimately, if you really value, and I mean value Pompano Beach, things are going to get better as time progresses on. And I can't wait to see how that changes. And if that matters to you, more importantly, get in Pompano Beach now before it's too late. I hope this video was helpful for everyone that watched today's video. Let me know in the comment sections below, what are you looking for most if you're here locally in South Florida, what the changes are happening in Pompano Beach? And for those that don't live here, what more do you want to learn about Pompano Beach? I'm going to be creating my top 5 neighborhoods in Pompano Beach very soon, as well as any other content you feel you would like me to share with you. That way you can learn a little bit more, whether you're looking to invest or you're looking to buy your first property here. Make sure to subscribe and follow for the raw truth and none of that fluffy stuff. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.